I have in the butcher. You want to take one from there? بشير كيف رأيك تبيت لنا بقانون؟
نفس عندنا احنا الحكومة العراقية نفس الشيء. تفاحة واحدة. كيكة. Thank you. Yes. How you doing?
Very good.
You all right? It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
How's business?
Yeah, not bad.
Good.
Yes, thank you. Don't tell me you're on your bike today.
I am.
You are? You know how terrible it is out there?
I know.
Yeah?
Exactly.
What's going on with the traffic? Everybody's
gonna be much
out on the
better.
same day.
It's going to be much better. Don't you worry.
Yeah?
all
That's
gonna
what
be
you've
good.
been saying for a few years. I still haven't seen anything. It's getting worse day by day. Take care anyway. Nice to see you.
From Iraq.
Right, nice to see you. We are all from Iraq. Fantastic. I will there. How are you? Nice to see you. That's fun. Well,
Boris Johnson shopping at Milad supermarket.
Take care.
Thank you. Cycle safely, Boris.
Will you have a cup of tea?
Will you apologise for your
Would you
comment?
like a cup of tea?
Yeah, sure.
You go on. Have a cup of tea.
Thank you. Do you regret? Do
Would you
regret?
like a cup of tea?
Do you regret your comments? Do you regret your comments?
Don't
sir?
worry. Go on. Have a cup of tea.
Thank you very much.
There you go. There you go.
Do you regret your comments, sir?
I want you to have a cup of tea.
If I have a
You
cup
go.
of tea, will you answer my question?
No, I'm here solely on a humanitarian mission because you've been here all day and you've been incredibly patient and and I feel very sorry for you because I have nothing to say about this matter except offer you some tea.
Okay.
Okay? Go on.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go on.
Question number one, Mr. Speaker.
Prime Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today marks the 40th anniversary of the bombings in Hyde Park and Regent Park, and tomorrow sees the 50th anniversary of Bloody Friday. Such terror by the provisional IRA was barbaric and shameful, bringing untold grief to countless families, and our thoughts are with all those who lost loved ones during the Troubles. We as a government remain determined to help build a better shared future for all the people of Northern Ireland. Mr. Speaker, I've spoken to the chair of the National Fire Council last night and this morning about the heroic work of firefighters in recent days. I know the whole House will want to thank them and all our frontline services who've been working hard to keep us safe. My right honourable friend, the Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster, will be making an oral statement later. Mr. Speaker, I know colleagues will wish to join me in wishing England's Lionesses well in their quarter-final match against Spain in Brighton this evening. And I know that the House will want to congratulate Jake Whiteman, who produced a stunning run to take gold in the 1500 metres at the World Championships in Oregon. Mr. Speaker, as you rightly say, last week I told the House that this was possibly, that last week was possibly my last PMQs. This week, Mr. Speaker, probably, certainly will be my last PMQs from this dispatch box, or any other dispatch box. Mr. Speaker, this morning I had meetings with ministerial colleagues and others, and in addition to my duties in this House, I will have further such meetings later today.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Summer recess gives all parliamentarians an opportunity to reflect on our inability to uphold the 7 principles of public life. Selflessness, openness, objectivity, honesty, integrity, accountability and leadership. These are fine principles, but public trust in politicians is at an all-time low. Will the Prime Minister be using the next few weeks to personally consider why this could be? And as the unedifying fight for those who are vying to replace him were to draw on his wise counsel, if those who are vying to replace him would draw on his wise counsel, and why wouldn't they, what advice would he give to ensure the people we serve receive far better than they have from this government?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm afraid I didn't quite catch the last bit of the honourable lady's question, but I will be using the next few weeks to do what I think the people of this country would expect, and that is drive forward the agenda on which we were elected in 2019, and for which I think the Labour Party particularly fear the Conservative Party, and that is the agenda of uniting and levelling up, and making sure that we invest in places that for decades were betrayed by Labour and left behind. And that is what the Conservatives are going to do, and that's why we're going to win again.
Luke Evans.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was Boris Johnson, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, who was forced to resign or to leave office as a result of his actions during the pandemic, where everyone else was observing the pandemic rules. Boris Johnson, according to the information that came out, broke the rule by organizing a party or partying with his colleagues in 10 Downing Street. And as a result of that, the whole populace deemed it fit to ask him to leave. Why? Because he disobeyed the rule while others were obeying that rule. This is that same Prime Minister. Here you can see him as a normal citizen going shopping by himself to the local store, riding his bicycle, and just being a normal citizen. The moral of this story is for you to evaluate the type of politicians you have in your country and how you rate them. Who are they? What makes them untouchable? Why would you in your own country be electing men and women of questionable characters to waste your resources just for the mere fact that they manage to bamboozle themselves into public offices, and they now become untouchable, waste public resources? Every single time you see them on the streets, you see them lined up with vehicles, with police enforcement, and the rest of them. Nigerians, you need to wake up to the reality that is facing you now. If you do not challenge and stop this barbarism from continuing, these guys will destroy the country that you have, destroy your future and the future of your children. Bigotry and hate would not save Nigeria. Aligning with a crooked and criminal politician, okay, because he is from your ethnic group, is not going to change how your bill is being paid. He's not going to pay your transportation. He's not going to put food on the table for you, nor provide for your children, nor even pay your children's school fees. You will still suffer like everybody else. Let us wake up and face the reality and tell criminal politicians that they have no place in public life. And that is the moral of this video. Thanks for watching.